Everyone, welcome back. So this time we'll make some more Legos. And this piece right here is a doozy. Now, the back of this piece is not that hard. Like this top piece, these little steps, not too bad. What is difficult is this arch. For one, what you might realize is that it's thinner at the bottom and then thicker towards the top. Two, if you look on the inside, we see we have actually several arches. And of those several arches, you'll also notice that we have this being nice and square right here, and then rounded right here. Let's zoom in on that. I'll just pull it from the bottom. So you can see it's nice and square, well, almost square, and then it goes out a little bit at an angle. So we're gonna have to take into account a lot of different details here. Other things, we have some little spikes in there, which is kind of normal for some of these pieces for holding the pegs in place. And let's see, last little detail here. We have a cutout there for one of the studs to probably fit in. So, whew. Will I get all this guy done in one video? Maybe not, but I'll at least give you everything you need to make most of it in this video. So let's start. And to begin with, I'm gonna create this piece right here, okay? All of this piece, and then we'll go from there. Now, the model itself tells us that it is 4 by 2.5 by 3 in studs. So from our previous videos, one stud is 5 Lego units. So that's 20 Lego units this way. It is 2.5, so 10, 12.5, there you go. 12.5 in this direction, and then finally 15 Lego units tall. So with that, I can make a pretty good start on all of this. Other things I'm seeing right here, this looks to be a 2 Lego unit step. That one should be 6 because that's like a standard size brick right there. And I'm guessing there could be another 6 right here. So that should work out fine. Let's count to make sure. So 6, 8, 14, 15. Works out good. Nice. So let's make this shape. And what I'm going to do to create it is I'm probably going to create this piece right here, and I'm going to extrude this guy on the front of it. Okay, so I'll do it front plane. This won't matter too much because I can always rotate this. I'm going to create that kind of that back shape. Well, do I want to center it? I'll center it. There we go. Vertical. We'll do the same for this box, just making sure that they're nice and centered. I don't have to do this, but I do like centering things. It makes it a bit easier. Okay. Let's add our dimensions. So smart dimension. This one right here is going to be 20 because it goes the full width. And the height of that little rectangle right there is going to be 2. All of your thin plates are 2 Lego units wide. This one right here will be 6. That's good. And we're going to trim off this middle piece. Wonderful. And I don't believe it is fully defined until I do this guy. Vertical. Okay. And finally, I need to set the width of this one right here, which is 2 studs, which is 10 Lego units. Okay, that looks good. It's not fully defined. Why are you not fully defined? Ah, because apparently you were not actually coincident with the origin. Now it is fully defined, looks good. So let's go back to it. And so I'm only going to go 1 stud forward to begin with. That's probably going to be the wisest thing to do. And I'll create this shape right here and extrude it. So that's going to be 5 Lego units. So features, extrude boss base, 5 Lego units. Good. Okay, that's to start. Now let's do the next shape. Now for this part right here, I'm going to ignore that it has a big cutout from it. I'm going to create that at the end. So for now, this is just going to be a nice big solid block. And so what does it consist of? Well, it's still 15 Lego units up. I did fine. Okay. It's 15 Lego tie with the stud, but this guy right here will be a little bit less than that. So I go down 2, and then let's see here. 1 minus 2, that's going to be 12. So this guy right here is 12 Lego units tall. So I've got a rectangle that's 20 by 12, and then a rectangle that's 2 by 10 on top of that. So let's create that. So let's go sketch. First, my rectangle on the top, which is 2 by 10. And then my bigger rectangle, which is something like this. Perfect. And now we're going to make these two lines collinear just so they're connected. And you're over-defined. Why are you over-defined? I clicked the wrong line. I still have the whole rectangle connected. There we go. Those two lines are collinear. That works good. Let's make this line and this edge right here also collinear. And we'll do the same over here. Perfection. Now we'll start adding in some dimensions. So this one right here will be 2. And then this other dimension will be 12. Features, extrude boss base. I'm going to do both. That was not what I wanted to extrude, but okay. That works. There we go. Do it all. We're still doing it 5 Lego units. And there we go. So you can already begin to see the shape taking form. Just no arch cutting out of the center of it so far. And we're going to do the studs last for now. Now I want to go ahead and create that crazy arc on the front. How do I do that? With pain and suffering, people. Pain and suffering. And I'm only slightly joking there. It's not terrible. We're going to have to do a loft. We're going to have to give it a lot of information, though, to make that loft work. So let's go ahead and get looking at the front here. Okay, now once again, I am having to do my best with what I can see. And so if you're looking at this guy right here, I'm having to guess, but I'm saying that this is probably 1 Lego unit wide. And just based on proportions, it seems like it's a half Lego unit straight, and then it's a half Lego unit straight again on this diagonal. Going the other direction, it seems like that shape is more than 1 Lego unit. It goes past that, and if this is also a half Lego unit, I would say this is probably 1.5 Lego units. So that's enough to get that profile right there. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to create both these profiles, one on one side and one on the other, so I can use them in my loft. Let's begin. So let's go ahead and go to the bottom surface, and we're going to sketch those out. And to make sure this doesn't go wonky on me, I'm going to draw this same shape twice. If you're wondering why would I draw it twice, it's just going to make it a little bit easier on me. There we go. That looks decent. Now let's add our dimensions. So half a Lego unit forward. I'm saying that this guy right here is 1.5 Lego units. This one right here was half a Lego unit. And this one right here was 1. Perfect. Okay, so that's one of the shapes done. I'm going to stop there, exit sketch. So I've got one sketch I can use in my loft. Now I'm going to create a second one over here, and I'll create a third one in the middle up here so I have something to transition to. Will it be perfect? The answer is no. I'm doing my best here. Lego knows exactly how to make it. I don't. If you work for Lego and you want to show me how to make this, great. Or if you want to sue me for sharing your secrets, please don't. Just email me. Okay, Make it the exact same thing as the other side. I think I'm safe in how I'm making this. Don't think they can sue me, but if you can, just email me, seriously. That's looking good. We are getting there, people. Okay, so that's my second one. And now I need a sketch that's in the middle to give you that third profile. Okay, let's go look back in here. So I got those first two. This next one I can see it's in line with the top surface. That helps me place it. How tall is it though? That is a bit harder to determine. Well, I still see what I'm guessing is a half leg unit right here. And it goes down, and it seems like it comes down the same amount as this guy goes out. So that's going down a distance of 2 Lego units. Also, we know that this is 2.5 Lego units from this edge to this surface. So it means this goes down by 2, and over by 2. So it's a 45-degree angle. We're also still seeing that same half-inch ledge right there. So with that, I think we'll be good. Yeah, we should be fine. Now, one little thing here, you should notice that this is at an angle inward. And so I'm going to angle this slightly inward. I'm going to have to do that by feel. There is an angle right here. There's a definite straight angle, which I could probably figure that out, but oh, let's try to do it right, people. My goodness, making it hard on me. So this is 15 Lego units tall. So I go down from here by 1. I go down by here by 2. So now we're at 12 Lego units from this point. And so it goes in 1/2 Lego units over 10. Yes. So 1/2 Lego units over 12. There we go. That's my slope. So rise 12, run 1.5. I can use that to make sure that this edge is perfectly the right shape. But that's not fun. Okay, luckily before I created this, I have a right plane that's right in the middle and I can sketch on it. So let's get this guy created. So out this one, down like this, back some, and then we're just going to go straight over and then up. Okay, so let's do it. So now this guy right here is 1/2 a Lego unit still. This one right here is 2 Lego units. Oh, it perfectly grabbed onto something, so I don't have to do that for me. That's nice. From here to here is 2.5. And to make things simpler myself, I'm going to add a center line. I'm going to connect it to that spot right there, and all the way to right here. That's much easier. This is technically able to move. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to connect it to this endpoint. I say pierce. Doesn't like me. Oh, because it's not there. So I'm going to go ahead and tell it that it's going to be 1/2 units from this edge. That should work fine. It seems. Let's check back on this guy. Oh, it's supposed to be 1 Lego unit. Yes, 1 Lego unit from that edge. That's better. Okay, and so that line tells me exactly what the slope of this little short edge needs to be. So I'm going to connect those two and just say that it's coincident with that line, which looks great. One last little issue here is that some of these points can still move, as you can see. So we got to give this guy a dimension. So we're going to say that it goes down. Actually, it'd be easy way. I'll say this is a 45-degree angle. So between this line and this line, that should be 45 degrees. And this guy right here, you're supposed to stay horizontal. Oh, we have some invalid geometry. That's fine. 2.5 is fine. Well, let's go ahead and remove that coincident mate and see what we get. Let's go back and look at our piece here to see where I went wrong. Ah, it's because that surface goes down below here. I am seeing that edge in line with here. That goes down further. Okay, that's okay. We can fix this. Though I do have 2 overlapping lines, which will not make SOLIDWORKS happy, so I'm going to have to delete one to make sure that there's, oh goodness, let's see. There we go. You never ever want an overlapping line like this. That worked out fine. Okay, now we're going to go ahead and create that little surface on the bottom that is going to be necessary for us finishing this shape. Okay, that looks good. And I don't like this angle right here. I'm going to delete that. It's doing some weird things. I have to take some time to care for it, make sure it doesn't destroy everything. That's what I'll do. This is no longer coincident. Pull this down a bit and then say that you, this point, are coincident with this line. Coincident. That worked perfectly. There we go. And we'll say that this front lip right here is still half a Lego unit. It's not good, easy to, there we go. 0.5. That does it. Okay. So we have our shape right there. We have our 2 shapes down here. And now what we're going to do is we're going to create a line to help it connect and know how it's going to transition from one to the other. So let's go back here. So if I'm looking at this, it seems fairly straight, and then we have a perfect half circle. So I'm going to create a perfect half circle that connects and see how best I can get this to look. So let's exit the sketch and add in one more sketch. So first off, let's create an arc from here over to here and then up. Okay. And that looks pretty good. I'm going to create some lines going straight up from here. I'm actually at a slight angle, so I'll put them at a slight angle. And one right here as well. Great. Okay, what I'm going to do is I'm going to tell these 2 lines that they need to be pierced by this guy right here. It'll make it work nicer if I do that. Pierce. Just fits that endpoint. Same over here. Pierce. Good. And up here at the top, same exact thing. Oh. How did I lost it? Say coincident, I guess. That works. Okay, now let's take this. First, we're going to make these points on the end coincident. Or we'll just merge them. That works too. Same here, merge. And now we're going to make them tangent. And we're going to do that on the other side as well. Tangent. Well, that looks absolutely wonderful. Okay, it does not look wonderful. Let's bring this up here. Ooh, fun times. Okay, now what we're going to do is we're going to say that these two lines right here are equal. Okay, that's really starting to give me a nice shape here. Only thing is, where does this guy come in? You can see as I move it up, goes in and out. So part of this is just going to have to be done by feel. Like I don't have perfect dimensions. I don't have a pair of calipers here. It looks to me, I'm going to guess that this is 6 Lego units high to this point. That just looks about 1 regular Lego brick tall. I'm guessing that's the best I can do without having the piece right here in front of me. So I'm going to go ahead and say that this point from here to the bottom, you are 6 Lego units. That looks way too tall though. Yeah, that's way too tall. So let's bring that down and say that it is 4 Lego units or 5 Lego units. Let's try 5. That looks pretty good. Okay, we're going to go with that. So exit sketch. Now that I've got this created, let's go ahead and loft. So features, lofted, where are you? Lofted boss base. Okay, that's my guide curve, yep. And here's my profiles. Here's profile 1. Here's profile 2. Here's profile 3. That looks good. Okay, green checkbox. Okay, that was probably the hardest point. It's not perfect. What you can notice here is that it's going past the edge slightly, which means I probably have my arc off just a little bit. That was probably supposed to perfectly hit that point. Look at the piece right here. Actually, no, that is completely how it was. Nice! Ha! Okay, my vision's off still here a little bit, but considering I'm eyeballing this, I'm pretty happy with that. Okay, so last couple of things I'm going to do here is I'm going to go ahead and try to cut out this interior piece. Now there is a ton going on in here, and it's going to take me too long to do all of these individual features. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you the cutout right here, and I might call it there because I believe the rest of this is something that most of you can do at this point. So let's figure out this cutout. Now this cutout, I'm guessing, has the exact same dimensions as the front of my surface right here. And so that's what I'm going to go based off of, which makes this fairly simple. So I'm going to go on to this surface right here. I'm going to sketch. Now you're sketching inside of something. It's never fun when you do that. If you want to, what you can do is various different things. One, I can, let's see, make sure I click on the right button. I always do it. There it is, section view. I can do this where I just take a chainsaw and I cut it, and suddenly, oh, that's much nicer. So now I'm looking at one flat surface. Now I want to have this line, this one right here, on my surface over here. How do I do that? Super easy. Convert entities. Boom, I'm done. I love it. It's so nice. I mean, it really is. And now I'm just going to bring a line right here, connect these two. And with that, I should be able to have a very easy time just cutting straight through. Will it be perfect? Probably not. Honestly, I should have gone with this surface rather than the other one, because it's going to be weird. So I'm not going to convert that one, I'm going to convert this one. There we go. That probably will do better. I'm just going to extrude cut straight through until this surface. Okay, so let's close the bottom up and then we'll cut through it. So features, extrude cut, That's the perfect distance. Green checkbox. Okay. And now let's get rid of the cut there. That looks good. I like that a lot. Okay, so going back to this, what you can see right here is it's not solid. You do have to cut out some more material, but I'm not going to take the time to do that right now. This is just several extrude cuts, rectangular cuts being taken out of this. That's not that hard to do. As for this back piece right here, there's also just a rectangular cut going up to the top. If you're wondering how in the world do you manage not to cut this, well, you can also go from that section down, or you can reverse your order. So I could have very well cut out that box and then add this material back, which would have probably been a better way of getting that cut made. Okay, so with that being said, I think I'm going to end it here for this video. The rest of these features I think you can do. There's lots of little ones, but I've gotten the biggest and hardest, I think, for you for this part. So thanks for listening. I hope this helps you in creating this, and have a great day. Bye.